Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we bring you a deeply emotional and intensely personal story involving two of Turkey's most talked about figures in recent times, Yagmur Yüksel and Barış Gülim. This video takes a closer look into a revelation that has sent shockwaves through the world of entertainment, as it touches upon love, heartbreak, and the fragile balance between fame and personal happiness. In the spotlight for years as one of Turkish television's most admired couples, Yagmur and Barış have now become the subject of a new and heart-wrenching chapter. The news broke when Yagmur Yüksel revealed in a recent interview that Barış Gülim was just moments away from finalizing their divorce. The actor spoke with unfiltered emotion, offering a rare and raw look into the breakdown and potential rebirth of their relationship. For a long time, the couple represented love and stability in the entertainment industry. They appeared together at events, gave interviews that showcased a loving partnership, and radiated chemistry on screen and off. But behind the scenes, as Yagmur now admits, their relationship had begun to fracture. Constant public scrutiny, relentless media pressure, and the demands of fame put strain on their everyday lives. Over time, the emotional wear and tear began to show. According to insiders, despite the smiling public appearances, the couple had grown distant. Small arguments turned into deeper conflicts. Words left unsaid began to form barriers. The tipping point came quietly. During a particularly reflective period, Barış reportedly decided it was time to move on. He had been contemplating divorce, Yagmur said, and even began taking the steps necessary to end their marriage. When she learned of his intentions, her world crumbled. In her words, "I was not prepared. It felt like the ground beneath me vanished." Her candid admission of shock and heartbreak resonated deeply with fans, who until then had only seen curated glimpses of their private life. But then, as quickly as things seemed to fall apart, something shifted. According to Yagmur, just when it seemed like there was no return, an unexpected conversation unfolded. Sitting face to face, the two finally allowed themselves to be vulnerable. They confronted their fears, admitted to their failings, and, for the first time in a long while, truly listened. There was silence, but not the kind that pushes people apart. It was the kind that gives you space to breathe. To feel. And maybe, to forgive, she recalled. This emotional detour didn't solve everything, but it halted the process. The divorce was no longer imminent. Hope, fragile as it was, began to resurface. Industry insiders and psychologists have weighed in on the story, noting that in relationships, especially those exposed to public pressure, open communication can be both the hardest and most vital lifeline. In fact, some couples never find the courage to speak their truths. The fact that Yagmur and Barış did could signal not an end, but a new beginning. That said, reactions within the entertainment industry have been divided. While some friends and colleagues support the couple's efforts to reconcile, others view the public nature of the revelation with skepticism. Is this a genuine attempt at healing, or a strategic move to salvage their image? The truth may lie somewhere in between. The emotions expressed by Yagmur seem too raw, too vulnerable to be scripted. Yet, in the world of celebrity, where privacy is often invaded and narratives are constantly shaped by speculation, one can never be too certain. Public response has been equally polarized. Fans flooded social media with messages of support and encouragement. Some praised the couple for their honesty. Others expressed concern, warning against toxic cycles and urging them to prioritize personal well-being over public perception. Still, the general consensus is clear: this story has struck a chord. People see parts of themselves in Yagmur's tears and in Barış's silence. In their longing, their confusion, and their last-minute decision to talk instead of walk away. In the days following the interview, the media has closely monitored every development. Both Yagmur and Barış have remained mostly silent since the news broke, choosing not to further comment. Their absence from social media has only added to the mystery surrounding their current relationship status. Some speculate that they may be taking time away from the spotlight to reflect, or perhaps working quietly on rebuilding what once was. Sources close to the couple suggest that a temporary separation may be in place as they navigate this deeply personal chapter. According to one close friend, sometimes love needs silence. They both care about each other more than people know. But they're also protecting themselves. Meanwhile, relationship experts continue to weigh in on what could come next. Some see the situation as a positive turning point, a much-needed reset that could strengthen the couple's bond if handled with care and honesty. Others urge caution, reminding audiences that emotions, especially when made public, can easily cloud judgment. What will happen next? Will this renewed dialogue blossom into a second chance at love? Or is it simply a pause, a breath, before they continue down separate paths? Only time will tell. What remains undeniable is that, in revealing such an intimate part of her life, Yagmur Yüksel has reminded us of something we often forget when watching the glittering world of fame: celebrities are human. They hurt. They hope. And sometimes, they choose to fight for love even when it seems easier to let go. In a world obsessed with glamour, we rarely see the emotional cost of stardom. This story breaks that illusion. It shows us how the people we admire on screen grapple with the same doubts, fears, and yearnings as anyone else. And in that vulnerability, they become not just stars, but mirrors of our own hearts. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and take care.